Karibuni, welcome tuelimishwe kwa maswala ya jamii, tutumbuizwe sana mbalimbali, tujuzwe juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, wapa burudani kwa familia nzima.
Welcome to the Arts in Heart. My name is Lekuyani Eli, and you guys asked for him. He's right here. Mwathi James, the missing man in the men's den, but amekuja in a new clothing. Psychologist. Habari yako daktari?
My name is James.
James.
Enough, yeah.
Okay. So why are you so calm when you're in Nairobi? Si upige kelele sasa.
I'm always calm.
Why are you too calm?
What do you mean? What is too calm?
Why don't you have energy? Kwani ni juice ujapewa?
I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm well.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's
We've not
too late.
seen you this year?
No, we haven't seen each other, but it's great to see you.
1/4 of the year is already done.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. What counts is people are struggling.
We've already stopped saying Happy New Year.
Well, mine is still a happy one.
Right.
So James, salimia wase. Salimia wase. Kwanza watu wa ACCE-ICAC.
ACCE-ICAC, how are you guys? I'm well. I've missed you. But we are back.
You're back, like we never left.
Like we never left.
This guy has been all over, except here. James, I know you are very passionate about mental health, and it's something that you resonate well when we speak in that angle. For me, this year, we are very intentional about the information and the discussions we are having on this space. One thing that I felt was important for you to discuss is loss. In this aspect, we are headed to elections, and we've had stories from various aspects. You had people saying some people should cut down all the trees because wengine watajinyonga. It sounds funny, but it's not so funny, right?
Why do you want us to discuss that particular statement?
Because people feel when you lose,
because it has been dissected over and over. Yeah, it was an unfortunate statement. But I don't think the bearer of that statement understood the magnitude of such a simple statement, simple quote unquote. And this is the mistake that we make. We do not take mental health with the gravity that it requires. Yeah, we throw around statements that end up stigmatizing, that end up making light of situations, that end up, especially to somebody who is going through that phase at that moment, they would feel like they're not appreciated. So while the statement was made, I don't think it was made in bad faith, but it is a pointer to how society takes mental health. It's just by the way, it's something we can laugh about. The gravity only hits home when it happens to you or somebody close to you.
But how funny is that statement? Let's not dissect the packaging. Could be funny in quotes, but how funny is it when it comes to the mental wellness?
And that's what I'm trying to emphasize. It is not funny at all because of the stigma that it carries. Assume or imagine for a minute that you suffer from a depressive illness, for example. And one of the symptoms, one of the last symptoms of a depressive illness is suicidal ideations. So somebody with suicidal ideations does not have the capacity to control. It's not that they can switch on and off. Yeah, the suicidal ideations come as a last resort. They have tried everything else, and in their mind, it's not working. So when they are thinking, planning about suicide, it is to remove themselves because they view themselves as the problem. So they are doing their loved ones a favor by removing themselves from the picture. So assume somebody with that state of mind at that time, and he or she comes across such a statement. It only confirms whatever they are thinking. We call it confirmation bias. It only confirms or affirms to them that probably I'm not good enough, especially the connotation that it was thrown around with. You have failed, so you will go ahead and do this. So you're only confirming to the person that they are not good enough, and that is a solution. So you're confirming that as a solution.
Yeah.
Which is not the right thing to do, especially for somebody or for members of society who have a lot of clout, who have a lot of following, who have a lot of influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because, James, you realize that students are now sitting their exams. And one of the issues we've had over and over is students deciding to end their lives because of failure. How then do we address failure that we perceive as failure and success, plus dealing with those, the package that comes with that?
Whenever I talk to parents and I channel this towards, because you've pointed us towards that direction, I tell them failure according to who? What is the definition of success versus failure? One child will be good in academics, the other child will be good in athletics. So does that mean that the one who is good in athletics is a failure just because they can't get straight A's?
Yeah.
The messaging that we impact, again from a very young age as the child grows up, the messaging that we impact on them will help them navigate the turbulence of life that they will face later on. Yeah, because I don't believe that all of us can be students.
Yeah.
We can't. Yeah, and I think we are outgrowing this mentality that academics are the only sure way to success. We are seeing very successful footballers, we're seeing very successful athletes. I'm told go to Eldoret, every other person is a millionaire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would love to have such relatives. I think Matasia would be very happy to hear this.
My good friend.
Definitely.
Yes.
So then, James, how then do we help ourselves not fall into such traps? And I'm talking specifically about suicide because of failure.
Speak out. In one word, what I can say is speak out. Why do I say that? Because at times, like, remember I've said, somebody who has a depressive illness is not able to switch on and off. You can't tell them, stop feeling this way. It is wrong. Yeah, you can't be able, they do not have that capacity. The only sure way is through seeing a professional and either doing psychotherapy or pharmacotherapy, medication.
Medication, yeah.
Because somebody with a depressive illness, it's a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Yeah.
So when we have a chemical imbalance in the brain, you can't wish it away. You can't speak it out. You can't, at times, especially in the later stages, they just might have to see a professional.
Awesome, James. And, we have talked about failure, but did you know some people struggle with success? We talk about that when we come back in a moment.
The day you will lose your job, they'll tell you now I'm the head because I supply everything. Is leadership or being the head an economical power? Those are some of the most important questions this year we'll be asking ourselves.
Yep.
Because if you think a lion is a cow, your thought process does not matter, you shall be destroyed.
Okay.
And welcome back. You are watching The Arts in Heart, and tonight in the perspective I have James Mwathi, jamaa mwenye alitoroka Mensden, lakini ameniambia yuko. Okay. It's just kazi tu. Kazi ndio mingi. And James, as we were speaking just before we went on break, we talked about failure and loss. But there are people who actually struggle with success. And unknown to many who are now running for the political offices, they will be dealing with that come the date after 9th August. How do you deal with success?
Success, politics in the same sentence?
Let's stay in politics. Okay. I get you now.
No. I don't know. Number one, even before we look at politics, success also can come and usually comes with its own bag of baggage, especially if success is sought for success purposes. When you reach there, then what? Yeah. For people who are not yet prepared for success, it comes with a lot of feelings of power, feelings of accomplishment, and feelings, if we are not careful, there might be feelings where you look down on others. Yeah. No, man is a social animal. You can't exist in this world alone. So you'll find that somebody who was not prepared for success will constantly have friction and conflict with others because they're trying to lord over others. Yeah. When we look at the political sphere, number one, we are in a season where I think it has been called the silly season. I think logic and rationale
Doesn't apply.
Doesn't apply, yes. The politician who is seeking for elective posts to look successful, I think they have it all turned upside down, because politics and elective and leadership, elective posts, should be to serve the people. It is not you being the leader, but about servant.
You being the servant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these people, when you succeed, and I use this term very loosely, I can't find them in the same sentence. I struggle.
Yeah.
But when you succeed in politics, it should be success because you've been able to get people who elected you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
It should not be personal. It should not be because I've gotten this seat, that's an end to itself. It should be this the start of now me working for my people or whoever constituents. Yeah. The people who think elective politics is success, they're the people who end up getting into the posts and thinking that they were born to be there, and they have problems leaving the post. They have problems being servant leadership.
Now, that's a common thing in Africa and Kenya as a whole.
Unfortunately, our view and our perspective of leadership is completely warped.
Can we work around this mentally?
We can, but it takes a mind shift. I think you've had, and these are terms that they just use and they do not mean it. When they say we need to change the software, not the hardware, we need to change the thinking behind certain things that we do. We need to change our perspectives. We need to change our outlook to life. Yeah. And it's only then that we can be able to get the leaders that we deserve. Because remember, even while we are blaming the leader, we have a role to play.
Yeah.
We are the ones who get them into this post, even when we know they do not deserve.
Well, let's just say that's one thing we want to look into, the deserving leader. And what you deserve as a leader, you get who you choose.
Yes, you get not who you choose. How does
You get what we deserve?
Yeah, what you deserve. Thank you.
Okay,
You
great,
get what you
great.
deserve.
Sometimes English takes a flight, and when it does, I remember I'm just Kenyan. Hallelujah by that matter.
What are you trying to say?
Tribalism, you have a problem with that?
Negative ethnicity, I have a problem with that. I do not have a problem with people identifying with their tribe, because we all come from somewhere. Negative ethnicity is the problem, because I can't speak your language. I have to respect that you belong to a different culture.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you're any different from me. That shouldn't make you feel superior or inferior than I am. So there's no problem with tribalism. There is a problem with negative ethnicity.
Awesome, awesome. That is James Mwathi as he makes his last remarks. James, unaambia nini watu kuhusu loss na unarudi lini to the live screen? Because people are missing you there.
I am available. You tell me.
Well, in case he doesn't do that, you know who to call. Call Godwin and let Godwin shout at his ears. Until next week, my name is Lekuyani Eli, and I bring you Kim Live next week because I want to find out why he's singing all songs that look like Kenyan, but they're all from Nigeria. Good night, and this is The Perspective.